Prakash, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology. Today we are going to discuss the multi-stage air compressors. So before going to the topic, let us see what is the need for multi-stage air compressors. So in the last lecture series we have discussed about the single stage reciprocating compressors. So in the DT based design thinking based approach, the first part is the empathy part. So to find out what is the problems. So in a single stage air compressor which are used regularly, so what is the empathy there? What we have found is, so if you want to increase the pressure to a very high level, so it is not possible with the help of a single stage compressor. So what is the problems incorporated? We have already discussed. So what is the problems is, if the pressure is to be incorporated more to a very high level, then the size of the cylinders is to be altered. So this is practically impossible in case of very high pressures, in case of industrial applications. So this is empathy where we have to sort out this empathy. So we want to increase the pressure to a very high level, but what to do? So we are taking this in account as a defined and we are going for a multi-stage air compression. So now let us discuss how the multi-stage air compression is there. So this is the setup for the multi-stage air compressions. So you can see here, so this is an receiver of air and here there are two cylinders. So one is the low pressure cylinder, another is a high pressure cylinder. So air is taken inside and here there is a motor where a belt drive is connected to transmit the energy to run this. So now what happens is, when here in the air compressor there are three stages. So one is suction. So the air from the atmosphere is taken inside and it is compressed. The compression is based on three processes, maybe isentropic, isothermal or polytropic, and then it is delivered. So these are the three stages in the air compression. So here in multi-stage compression what happens is, so initially the air is taken into an high pressure cylinder where the air is compressed, and then what happens is the compressed air comes through an intercooler to a low pressure cylinder. So here in the low pressure cylinder what happens, again the air is compressed, so the air is coming outside. Here the inlet pressure is taken as P1 and the intermediate pressure is taken as P2 and the exit pressure is taken as P3. So in case of single stage air compressors, the required level P1 is increased to P3 in a single stage, whereas in multi-stage compressions the required level P1 is increased to a P2 and then the P2 is increased to P3. So this takes place in two stages. So that is why this is called as a multi-stage. So in multi-stage what we have discussed is a two-stage air compression. So here, so what is the advantage of this? So here what happens is, in multi-stage compressions, the first advantage is that the required level of air can be increased with the help of multi-stage compressions. So the compression may be in a single stage, two stage, three stage or four stage according to the required level. So here in this multi-stage compressions we are having an intercooler in between and then this is the receiver tank, and here in the multi-stage compressions what is the thing is, the work done is reduced when compared to the single stage compression. So in the multi-stage compressions, what is the purpose of this intercooler is to remove the excess heat during the compression. So when the excess heat is removed, what happens is the work done is reduced. So the excess amount of heat which is formed is directly refers into the work done. So here what happens is, here there is, this is an intercooler where the projections are there, it is called as fins. So what is the need for this? So based on the law, Q is directly proportional to Ka into del T. So where Q is the heat transfer, K is the thermal conductivity and A is the area and del T is the difference in temperature. So here as the Q is directly proportional to A, whenever the area is increased, what happens? The heat transfer rate increases. So that is why this in the multi-stage air compressions we are using intercoolers. So in the next videos we will discuss briefly about what is the need for intercoolers. Thank you.